I want to show you how to use the interpolation tool in Inkscape 1.0 or in Inkscape in general. So I drew this with the Bezier tool. I draw another one, click, and then you just move with your left mouse, click, move, click, move, click. Then at the end you double click. Okay, I want to change this color, so you can go to object, fill and stroke, and this pops up. And then you see here, if you go to stroke paint, because I want to change the color. Let's see here, maybe I change the color more to let's see what color I want. No, I would, yes, let's make it a bit reddish. Yes, I make this red and I maintain this black. Now we select both of whatever I've drawn here, the two objects that I've drawn here. We go to shift, and then we go to the select tool, and then shift to get the tool selected. Now you go to extension, generate from path, and then you go to interpolation. Now here, when this dialog box opens, first of all, I'll just let's look at the interpolation step. If we have 10 here, let's see, have a preview of what will happen. You see, now this here, the interpolation step, if let's increase it to maybe something like 100. When you increase it to 100, let's do another preview of it. You see it, so this normally the number you choose repeats, makes it more. And another thing is, I'll come to talk about this, but let's look at, you can use the interpolation method. You can use, there are two methods, one or two. So you can either use two or you can use one if you want. Then if you want this one, let's see how it will look like. I mean, it looks more or less the same, but a bit different. We'll be using objects later, like circles or whatever, and then we'll see the effects clearly. But this is just to show you that you can get such an interpolation. If we look, I have here duplicate end points. If I untick it, I don't know whether you see, but the original here, this is black, this was black, and this was this color red. So when I untick it, it's like this, but when I tick this, it duplicates the end points and it makes it, I mean, this color. That's why if you see now, one is it duplicated the ends. Now let's look at interpolate style. When we tick it, what will happen? You see, when you do interpolate style, just it's something like the colors reduce a bit. It takes charge of this and considers this as well. Now the next one is, if I undo the style and rather go to use Z order, this is what comes out with it. Concentrated more on the left hand side, or what it depends on what you drew first. I drew this first and this was the second one. Okay, now another thing I want to talk about is the exponents. The exponents, when you increase the exponent to the right, let's increase this to for positive something, so we increase it a bit to, if you see it's when you go plus this, the right hand side is more, you have more things interpolated, when I come to the left, they make it minus, let's say minus 2. You see, it's concerned that it's a bit different than, let's see, yes, okay, changed before, yes, so then it becomes, it's more concentrated here. Okay, now I want to do another thing, interpolate, but this, let's look at another interpolation. So this, we close this. Okay, when you are satisfied with your result, this was just a preview. If you are satisfied with your result, you just press apply, and then it's done with. Okay, now I would want to interpolate with something like let's see here, let's interpolate, so let's draw a circle, or yes, maybe a circle, and let's draw something like a star. Let's go to the fill here. Maybe we change the stroke already, or we leave the stroke to red. We go to the fill to fill it a bit, because I had filled nothing in. Let's fill it with some color. Okay, maybe this one is black, or let's choose maybe a brighter color, a bit. Okay, this is okay for me. And then this, I select this also and give it a color, maybe blue. Okay, now we select the tool and interpolate them. We have this, and then we have this, and shift, and then to select both. Okay, now we want to interpolate this. We go to, because these are objects, we have to first convert them to paths. The first one I did, when you draw with a Bezier tool, the Bezier tool already gives you a path, so you don't have to convert anything. But here I have to convert my objects to path. So object to path, so they are now converted to path, and then I can go to extension, I go to generate path, and then I do interpolation. Just as this, let's reduce this a bit to maybe 10, and then we put this to the original state. It was, we put it to 0, and then we use Interpolation Tool. We just remove this for the time being, and let's see how this will do. Live preview. You see, this was how it's interpolated. It starts with this, and then this. That's how the tool gave. Now the number here 10, it means it has 10 in between. If I change it to maybe, let's change it to maybe 5, and then we apply, we just do a live preview of it. We then have 5 in between it. And now if you have the same, if we were to have the same objects, first let's go through the others. Let's look at it again. When we change, we do duplicate path, just duplicates it. So now this, which was blue, because it duplicated it. Now if we want to interpolate style, see, the interpolate style changes the color in progress. And then now maybe if we undo this and we do this, let's see what's happened, because I have, let me remove the duplicate. Yes, then we have this is what we have now. I would also want to let's change this. Why not? Let's make this positive. Then if it's negative, I'll move this. Okay, so let's increase this a bit to maybe 20. We then do yes, then this is when it was positive. Let's make it now positive and see what will happen. You see, it's more concentrated on the right when it's positive, and it was more concentrated on the left when it was negative. Okay, now let's look at the last thing I wanted to show you in case we have similar objects. So let's use something like I want do this, and I draw this again here, and I select both. So go to I go to the select tool, and then I go shift to select both. Now I go to object path, object to path, and then now let's do an interpolation again. Generates from path, we go to interpolation, and let's see here, we set this to the defaults. The default was 0, and then we leave this as it is, and let's apply. You see, this is what you get. It just interpolates, repeats, and it just drops the similar thing in between. Because they were similar, well, it were different, we'll have a different thing altogether. Okay, thank you for watching. Please help me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. Bye.